Let's go back to the beginning, back to the beginning. We can start in what we finished, start in what we finished. We could. Drove me crazy, so I had to go and call you out. Got complacent like you didn't give a care.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. So I just wanted to pop on here and say hello and give this video a proper intro. I like to show my face on camera every once in a while and just kind of say hi to all my subscribers. I usually just do voiceovers, so every once in a while I just like to pop on and say hello, show my face, and welcome everybody to the video and to the channel. So if you're brand new here, what's up? My name is Jessa. I hope you choose to subscribe. We have a lot of fun here on my channel. This mainly is like a mommy motivational channel, and honestly my goal is just to motivate you and inspire you to get whatever you need to get done. And I just hope that you leave this channel feeling better about when you came in, you're in a better place than when you came in, and you're feeling motivated, you're feeling inspired, you're feeling productive. So I hope you guys enjoy my content, and I especially hope that you guys like today's video. So with that being said, today's video is a back to school what's for dinner. So as school is kind of in all capacities coming back, I know a lot of people are homeschooling or doing some type of hybrid model, or even if you're going back, full-time in person. I feel like when school happens, things get really crazy and night times are really crazy. So today I'm sharing with you some easy and delicious dinners. I hope you guys enjoy it. There really is a little bit of something for everyone. I have some low carb dinner and keto dinners. I have some vegetarian dinners. Some of them are super easy. Some of them require a little bit more prep. I wouldn't consider any of these dinners really hard. Just some of them do require a little bit more prep than others. But yeah, I really think that there's a little bit of everything in this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, I hope it motivates you. I hope it inspires you. Before I go, I did want to let you guys know that I get all of my recipes off Pinterest. Feel free to follow me on Pinterest if you guys are interested. I have way too many Pinterest boards, but that's where I get all of my recipes. Very rarely do I make a recipe up by myself. I always tweak them to kind of fit our family's needs, but definitely check out my Pinterest if you kind of need some more ideas. And I'll have all the original recipes linked down below in my description box so you can check out the original recipes. So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys! So jumping right into it, guys, Editing Jessica is here to take you through the end of this video. To start, we are making keto-friendly, low-carb, crispy chicken tenders. This is a staple in our house. I absolutely love it. I've made it multiple times. I can't get enough of it. So it's pretty much the same process as making regular chicken tenders, dredging them in eggs and then a flour mixture. So the flour mixture is a half a cup of almond flour, a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I didn't have grated Parmesan cheese, so I just used just shredded Parmesan cheese, and they came out totally fine. And then in your egg mixture, you're going to do a tablespoon of milk and then 2 eggs. And then again, a very simple process, very similar to regular chicken tenders. You're just going to be dredging in the egg mixture and then the flour mixture, and then whatever pan you choose to put them on. I have a copper pan, which is pretty similar to a broiling rack, and it allows airflow all over the food, so you don't have to flip things halfway through so both sides get crispy. I totally recommend them. You can get it on Amazon. Like I said, I think they're called the copper pan air fryer or copper pan frying rack, something along those lines. I use mine all the time. I love it. I use it for chicken nuggets and tater tots and French fries. Honestly, anything that needs to crisp up in the oven, I use this pan for it. So that is what I'm going to do here. They are going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes, and I served them with a side of broccoli, a big side of broccoli. I'm going to show you my husband's plate in a minute because I forgot to take a picture of my own. Just a forewarning, guys, we eat a lot of broccoli in this house. There's a lot of broccoli in this video. Broccoli is all three of our favorite vegetable. It's kind of like how everybody eats a big salad every day. Like we eat a big bowl of broccoli every day. But that is the finished product. Like I said, this is a staple. I have cooked it numerous times and I love it. So my next recipe is going to be the vegetarian recipe that I have in today's video, and it is quinoa buffalo balls. So I'm starting by taking a half a cup of uncooked quinoa and cooking that, and that will come out to 2 cups cooked quinoa. I am taking a 1 can of cannellini beans or white kidney beans and just rinsing them thoroughly in the sink. And then from there, I'm just going to mash them with a fork to kind of get like a paste-like texture. And then I'm going to combine that with the quinoa. So this isn't a recipe that I make all the time. It's just pretty much a treat because I pretty much only make dinners that Evelyn will eat, and Evelyn is 6, so she is not huge into spicy food. And I'm just a big fan of making a dinner that the whole family will eat. So very occasionally I will make this because, like I said, she will not eat spicy food. But I have made this a lot, like on a Saturday night, like as a treat for Chris and I. And I really, really do like it. It's so good. So after that's done, I'm going to make the buffalo sauce. That's pretty self-explanatory. Everybody makes buffalo sauce differently. I just do butter and Frank's hot red sauce, and then I add some Trader Joe's sriracha to it, and that's my buffalo sauce. So back to the quinoa and bean mixture. It's a half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. I didn't have panko breadcrumbs, so I just used Italian breadcrumbs. It doesn't matter. It came out fine. Salt, pepper, 2 eggs, and 3 tablespoons of the hot sauce. I didn't measure the hot sauce. I just kind of eyeballed it. Like I said, I've made this enough now where I can kind of just look at it and know that I'm in the ballpark here. So I'm going to just start with a fork, and then I am going to get in there with my hands and actually mash this whole mixture together. And then I'm going to start forming, I guess, like what you would kind of refer to meatballs. Again, just they look like little meatballs, but they're quinoa balls. So like I said, I don't make this all the time, but I wanted to include it in case you guys you are a family that you really enjoy spicy food. Chris and I love spicy food, and actually that's why I make so much buffalo sauce, because Chris has it with like an additional side of buffalo sauce. I do not do that. And like I said, Evelyn will not eat this, so I usually just make like chicken nuggets for her, and then I'll make a side that we all can eat. And you guessed it, tonight I made broccoli. I believe if you go to the page from the original recipe, I believe there are people in the comments that maybe I'm thinking of a different recipe, but I don't see why you couldn't. I do think that you could just eat these quinoa balls just plain, like with no buffalo sauce. They do crisp up really nice, similar to regular meatballs. So I don't see why you couldn't eat them plain, but I do think that they needed a little bit of extra flavor. But that's just me personally. So the cooking for these is actually, again, very similar to regular meatballs. You're going to heat up like, some olive oil or avocado oil, whatever oil you choose to cook with, in a pan, and then put all the quinoa balls in it. Be gentle with them because they are a very wet kind of texture, and if you smash them or you just handle them too rough, they will fall apart. So that's where like the crisping really comes into play, is you have to make sure that you get them crispy on all sides, just so they kind of like hold together and they form like a crust, and they're not as kind of fragile. Again, kind of similar to a regular meatball. I know some meatballs have more of like it depends on the recipe. Some meatballs are a little bit more of like a wet texture versus like a dry texture. So all I'm doing is I just let each side crisp up, probably anywhere from like, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes. And then I flip them and I try my hardest to get all sides crispy as much as possible. Obviously, you can't get everything, but you make it work. And then from there, you just take your buffalo sauce and you coat the quinoa balls. That's what they look like when they come out of the frying pan. And then I just use like a little silicone. I don't know what that's called, but a silicone, like, I don't know what that's called. Or you could use a fork and or just pour the buffalo sauce over. And like I said, I just serve this with a side of vegetables. I've seen people serve this over salad and have like a blue cheese buffalo quinoa salad. But that was my dinner. I have some blue cheese on the side. I love this as a treat. It's probably one of my favorite spicy dinners. So my next recipe is a recipe that I had never made before. I just tried it for this video, and I will be cooking it again. This is definitely going into our rotation. It is delicious. It is sweet and sticky chicken thighs in the Instant Pot. So I am starting with 6 cloves of garlics minced, 2 tablespoons of vinegar. You can use apple cider or white vinegar, which is what I used, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a half a cup of honey, 2/3 cup soy sauce, 3 tablespoons olive oil, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons sriracha, which I actually left out because I wanted to make sure that Evelyn would eat this, so I didn't want it to be spicy at all. And the recipe calls for 5 cloves of garlic, but that's why I did 6. I just wanted a little bit of extra flavor. And then 3/4 tablespoons of powdered ginger. I know that's a lot, guys. Like I said, definitely check the description box. The actual recipe will be linked down below. This is not my recipe, but I am so thankful that I found it. Like I said, definitely check me out on Pinterest. I have so many Pinterest boards. I know you guys will like it. So all I'm doing here is preparing the sauce, and I'm going to stir that with a fork just to get everything incorporated, and I'm going to put that aside. For the chicken, like I said, this is chicken thighs. The recipe has chicken thighs with skin on. I did boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I didn't have any issues. I followed the recipe exactly. So I don't think the skin like made too much of a difference. I've absolutely been loving chicken thighs, and I've actually been trying to eat them more. Dark meat, it can be really beneficial. It has a lot more collagen than like white meat does. So, and it's cheaper. So I am setting my Instapot on saute, and I'm just putting a little bit of oil in it, and I am putting the chicken thighs in batches of 4 in the Instant Pot to brown on both sides. And while they're browning, I'm just seasoning them with salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, like nothing crazy. You guys can kind of season them how you want. And like I said, I am doing it in batches because I had 8. The recipe calls for 6 chicken thighs. But like I said, you kind of see here, I had like 2 packages of like 4. So I just did them in batches, which is what you see on the white plate there after everything has been browned on both sides. And here I am just scraping the bottom of the Instapot. If you don't do this, a lot of the times my Instapot will have like an error message because there's too much stuff stuck to the bottom. So I always make sure I kind of like deglaze the bottom of the Instapot before I put anything back in it. So I'm putting my chicken thighs back in, just throwing them in like on top of each other, and then I am pouring the sauce over it, and I am going to cook that on high pressure, and I believe I did it for 17 minutes. The recipe says to cook on high or on poultry mode for 20. I did high for 17 and it came out perfect. I did let it sit. I just like unplugged it for 5 minutes to kind of do a natural release, and then I flicked the little lever and there was still a lot of steam left in. So now that this is what I'm doing here, I'm taking that chicken out and I am adding 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken that sauce, and I turned my Instant Pot back on saute. I will show you in a minute what it looks like. The recipe says to take about half cup of the liquid out of the Instant Pot and dissolve the sauce. Dissolve the cornstarch in it, then add it all back in to avoid clumping. I didn't have any of those issues adding the cornstarch directly back in. But you're just going to cook that down until it kind of gets like a molasses or like sticky maple syrup texture, and that is what it looks like. I served it over rice with broccoli and peas. Totally recommend it, guys. It was a huge hit. Everybody loved it in my house, and I'll definitely be making it again. So next up is probably my favorite recipe. It's definitely the most easy and I can't recommend it enough. It came out perfect. I am making my own ranch seasoning mix. Here are all my spices. I've tried to do this in the past and I've failed every time. It never tasted like the Hidden Valley Ranch packets that I love so much. But I've really been trying to kind of cut out as much processed food as possible, and the Hidden Valley Ranch packets are not that great. They have a lot of processed ingredients in them, a lot of preservatives, a lot of like weird corn syrup solids. But I haven't been able to replicate that flavor before. But I found this recipe and it worked. Oh man. The key is dry buttermilk powder. I didn't even know that they sold this, but I got it on Amazon, and essentially you're combining dry buttermilk powder, garlic powder, onion powder, dried parsley, dried dill, freeze-dried chives, salt, and pepper. It came out perfect, guys. It is exactly like the Hidden Valley Ranch packets. It's a lot more natural, and honestly, it's a lot more cheaper. Those Hidden Valley Ranch packets are really expensive for like no reason. So the only reason I'm doing it like this on the plate, honestly, is just so I could get a good picture. You obviously can mix it like in a bowl. You don't have to do it like this just so you can get like a good Instagram picture. But here I am just mixing everything together, and I'm gonna store it in a mason jar. And then all I'm going to do from here is you can put this on anything. You can put it on chicken, potatoes, a lot of other vegetables. I'm using chicken. I don't remember how much I used. I think I did somewhere between a pound and 2 pounds, just like chicken tenders. And again, I just eyeballed it. I coated the chicken tenders in olive oil and then put as much of the ranch seasoning as I felt appropriate. And like I said, it came out so good. This is gluten free. This is low carb. This is keto. I'm here for it. Super easy. This is honestly something that I've made almost every week, truly, like for the past year. Except I had been using the Hidden Valley Ranch ones or the packets. And like I said, I'm super happy to find um, a much less processed version of that because, like I said, there's definitely some questionable ingredients in the Hidden Valley one. And I am forever thankful to dry buttermilk powder. So here I am. This is very self explanatory, guys. Like I said, this is a very easy weeknight dinner. I am just frying up these chicken tenders and I am serving them. You could serve them really with anything. You can totally make your own sides. This is very customizable. And you guys have probably guessed what I served this with. I served this with a big side of broccoli. I know you guys are probably laughing. Like, I'm editing this video and laughing. We eat broccoli seriously almost every single day. But it's good. I love this recipe, guys. There it is. There's the final product. I can't get enough of it, and I can't wait to eat it again. So my last recipe that I have for you is a Korean beef bowl, and this is also a huge hit in our house. We absolutely love it. So I am taking 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. Do not be lazy, guys. It makes the world of a difference to do freshly grated ginger. I know it's a pain in the butt, but you got to do it. A fourth cup brown sugar, fourth cup soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, a half teaspoon of sriracha. I did add it to this one. I thought it would be okay for Evelyn. I thought she could handle it. 1 tablespoon olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic minced, and a pound of ground beef. The recipe calls for green onions and sesame seeds. I didn't have those, so I didn't include that here. So you're just going to mix that all up in a measuring cup or like in a small bowl. I actually did this like a little bit before I started cooking. It's just nice to like have all that prep done and just be ready to go. I've done it like the morning before, and you just leave it all in the fridge, like I said, in a bowl or a measuring cup, whatever. So I'm going to take my garlic. Like I said, I have 3 cloves of garlic minced, and I'm just going to cook that on my stovetop just for like a minute or two, just until it becomes fragrant. And then I'm going to add my 1 pound of ground beef. Just let that cook down until it's brown, and also, crumbling it as it cooks. And then I'm going to drain the excess fat from it. I'm going to put it back into the pan, and then add my soy sauce or soy mixture that you just watched me make. While I have some extra time while this garlic is cooking, I just wanted to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed enjoy this type of video. Definitely let me know because I really enjoyed filming it. I really enjoy trying to find new recipes and trying new recipes and telling you guys how they came out. So if you guys want to see more of these, please don't hesitate to tell me. I would absolutely love to do these maybe like once a month, like maybe a big like what's for dinner once a month, or if you like meal prep videos or grocery hauls. I definitely do want to switch it up on my YouTube channel and not only do cleaning motivation, but you know, that really depends on you guys too. I'm certainly not going to make content that you guys don't watch. So you let me know what you guys want to see. So I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here just because I want to make sure that I have enough time before this video ends. So like I said, I am just adding my ground beef mixture back, and I'm going to add the soy sauce mixture into it. And then I'm going to cook that down for, I don't know, anywhere between, I did it for like 5 or 10 minutes on low. You just want to let that sauce really like get into the ground beef and cook it down so it's not like as watery and soupy. um, I totally recommend this recipe. It was totally delicious. Like I said, Evelyn loved it, which I didn't think that she would be a huge fan of this, but she was all about it. Chris loves it. He actually just had the leftovers last night. So for the side, we actually did snow peas. We mixed it up and didn't eat broccoli. I'm using the same pan, and I'm just throwing the snow peas in with 2 cloves of garlic, which you see right there. And I'm going to let that cook for like a minute, and then I'm going to throw the snow peas in with a little bit of soy sauce. They really don't need to be in the pan for that long. We like a crunchy snow pea. So I think total they were in the pan for maybe like 4 minutes. But that essentially wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Like I said, please let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know if you tried any of these recipes or if you like any of these recipes. Don't be afraid to tag me on Instagram if you do try them and try any of them out. I would honestly love to see it. I will show you what this looked like at the end. I just served this over jasmine rice, the same rice that I used for the chicken thigh recipe. I just made a big batch and, um, used it throughout the week. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you next time.